Hi everyone, we're just following on from a video that I put up yesterday, but I know that a lot of schools in the Queensland area, or the Queensland state, are currently doing population as a part of their IA3, and we want to explore some data sets that have been shared by Brett and other teachers already, but that are available in ArcGIS Online, and we can take them to a little bit of an extra level. So if we go to Add, we go to Search for Layers, and we can type in Australian population or Australian demographics. They both come up. That's these first two that we're interested in. I'm just going to add the Australia purchasing power per capita layer at the moment, which comes up with some really good data. We can see that as we scroll right out, sorry, I'll come back in a bit and give it a chance to load. But if we expand this layer, we can see that we're currently at a statistical area level of 4. And as we zoom in and get closer, we actually move through 3, then to local government area, and then eventually to 2. And you can see that I've got my Kalula SA2 outline here. And at the moment, if we look at our legend, it's showing us Australia purchasing power per capita. If I'm not that interested in it, there's some really great stuff that I can do with this data set. And I want to point that out right now. So if I hover over my statistical area 2, and we can see that it's in black at the moment, which shows that it's being displayed on the map, I actually have some options to change the attribute that's being shown. So if I click on that shapes icon, and I click on this attribute, there's actually a ton of data sets that we can look into that are available to us within these data sets. So I don't actually have to look at purchasing power per capita. I know that many of us are doing population by education. You can see that we've got 2020 population by advanced diploma through to bachelor's and graduate diplomas. We've got post-degree as well, secondary. So there's some really good education data in there. But if we continue to scroll down, there's also what I think is probably a lot of junk. I'm not too interested in tobacco expenditures, but if we scroll down, we've actually got 2020 total population age 60 plus, and I know that a lot of teachers are looking at population, particularly in either the younger bracket 0 to 14 or 60 plus. So if we add that one to the map, and it'll change to the proportional circles. All we need to do is hit the counts and amounts color again, and we can see that those colors come up. So within my Kalula region, it looks like it's sitting, there are somewhere between 2,197 and 3,394 people. If I click on it, it should pop up for me in here somewhere. Depends if it might be on my layer at the moment. Here we go. So we can actually see that there's some, it's continuing to show up with the purchasing power, which is unfortunate, as the information in the pop-up, but we can see that the population is in this bracket, so that's quite useful. If I hit done there, I'm actually going to then open this arrow back up, and I just want to show you what happens when I zoom in again to SA1. So we've just swapped to SA1, and you notice the colors all changed. It means that I need to go back into my change style for the SA1 now and re-choose that attribute that I want to show. So if we're still looking at 60 plus population, need to go back in there and reselect that and choose my counts and amounts colors again. And I can see that if I'm looking at my Kalula area, I can see the SA1s within it and where those higher populations of people over the age of 60 plus exist within the region. And I can hit done, and I've locked those changes. And if I'm not happy with those colors, I can also change those colors. But just to show you now, as I zoom back out to the 2, those 2 layers are still the same. I'll go to the legend and show you as well. So we're at the 2, and as we zoom in, we're still showing that age as well. So that's just a really quick tip. There's a lot of data within that data set itself, and you can just change the attribute that's being shown at any one time. And hopefully that's a bit of a workaround. And the reason we're talking about this as a bit of a workaround is that some teachers have brought it to my attention that some of these great data sets like Australia high income households, average annual rent, and there's these two that are really popular: Australian population under 15 and 65. You'll notice that they've got this red symbol next to them at the moment, which means that they're deprecated, and under the important note it says that this item is in mature support and will be retired in June of this year. So we might not want our students building maps around these data sets if they're then taken off by Esri, who apparently are the owners of this particular source. So that's just something to keep in mind, and hopefully the two layers that I showed you above are useful workarounds. Thanks, guys.